Hi everyone, it's Heidi again. Today we're going to be reacting to another Not Just Bikes video. We've reacted to one or two of their videos in the past, and honestly, I've kind of stayed away from them for reacting because some people are saying that they don't like reaction channels or they don't like people reacting to their videos, but I don't know exactly what's going on. And then I've heard people say that they don't mind. I don't know. They don't mind, but they don't like it. I have no idea. But this one is short and sweet. I thought that, why not? It's called Why Grocery Shopping is Better in Amsterdam. If you guys have been around my channel for any amount of time, really, you'll probably have seen that we compare the United States to countries in Europe quite often. And there were some things when we started doing that I actually got really upset over because I just think that we do things a little bit silly here, but I thought it was normal. And then when I was able to finally visit Europe, I remember specifically Germany, I was able to experience just walking to the store for the first time and buying wine at the grocery store. That we can't do that here. And I'm in Utah, USA. I don't know if there are other states that you're able to buy wine from the grocery store. I'm trying to remember. Amsterdam, from what I've learned about so far, is just pretty wonderful, I guess. I just wouldn't like the weather. But it definitely seems to be a place that's kind of figured their shit out. So anyway, let's jump into it though. If you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Become a member if you want me to prioritize your comments. And let's do this.
There are a lot of grocery stores in Amsterdam, like a lot. Here's one.
Like a lot.
And here's another. And just in case you missed those, there's one over there too.
But they're so small.
Grocery stores, markets, butchers, and bakers are woven into the urban fabric so that no matter where you are, you're only a short walk to somewhere where you can buy fresh food. In the Netherlands, most people prefer to make small trips to buy food for today or the next few days rather than large weekly or fortnightly shopping trips by car. This by itself isn't that unusual. Most cities I've been to in Europe and Asia have grocery stores and markets dotted throughout the city. What's interesting about the Netherlands is how optimized everything is to make your grocery shopping trip as fast as possible.
Okay.
Shops are not set back behind a sea of parking, so it's easy to stop in if you're walking by. In fact, many grocery stores do not have any car parking at all, and it's common to see them in pedestrianized areas accessible only by walking or cycling. Of course, bicycle parking is always provided right out front, making it also very quick to shop by bicycle. Just pull up and lock the bike. Grab.
Really quickly, just before he goes to the next point, I guess, it really is so annoying having to park in front of a grocery store. The parking lots are gigantic. People are walking, trying to get to their cars with their giant carts. Trying to find a parking spot and get out of there is just such a pain in the ass. So yeah, this sounds just nice. The tiny little experience that I've had with, I'll just say European grocery shopping, sorry, but it was such a better feeling. It just was so much less stressful. It was so much more pleasant. Such a little thing, but we grocery shop all the time. And so over time and over years and years of dealing with the annoyances of American grocery shopping, it makes me annoyed that we live that way. Anyway, continuing.
Some reusable shopping bags and get a basket.
I've been wanting to do that, reusable
shopping bags. Some of the more modern
bags.
shops provide hand scanners that allow you to scan your items as you shop. Scanning each item as you place it in your bag also means you don't need to rebag your groceries at the checkout.
That's very interesting.
Since everything has already been scanned, the checkout process is very quick. Just tap your contactless payment card and grab your receipt. The exit gate opens when you scan your receipt. Drop the bags back into the bike, unlock, and we're off. For a typical grocery trip, I can be in and out in less than 10 minutes, and it's easy to do whenever I'm on my way home. If you'd rather not buy plastic wrap foods and only interact with machines, there are markets available too. Often, these have better prices, especially on fresh produce. And if you
Okay, this is also something that just bothers the heck out of me. I'll have to do a little more research, but as far as my experience goes, when I go to farmers markets or boutiques or smaller stands that sell fresh produce, usually they are more expensive here than going to a grocery store. Because grocery store produce, they're mass produced. They have a lot of, from what I've heard, shortcuts that neglect nutrition. And so that also makes me very mad. It's hard to eat healthy here for so many different reasons. And this just shows another one, you know.
Prefer to have your vegetables hand polished and looking like a magazine shoot? You can visit shops the Dutch like to call vegetable jewelers. That is, if you
What?
can afford them. It's honestly refreshing to live somewhere where grocery shopping isn't
I don't know
some
about that.
big ordeal. In Canada or in the US, I would literally spend more time just waiting at traffic lights on the way to the grocery store than my entire trip to the grocery store here in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
I always found the North American car-centric grocery trip to be really
Fucking Costco.
messed up. Driving out to the edge of town in heavy traffic, waiting in huge checkout lines, buying everything in massive quantities, effectively turning your house into a convenience store just to save a few bucks.
Yeah, a lot of people have like storage rooms where they'll put stock of food. They'll have 3 bottles of ketchup for when they run out. They don't want to have to go to the grocery store. And so you always want to have things stocked because everybody knows that it's a pain in the ass when you are making a meal, you're in the process of it, and you don't realize that you ran out of something and you have to go to the grocery store. You have to hop into your car, drive 10 minutes, and then get through all the lines and the traffic and the carts and the people, and then come back and continue. It's just silly is the word. Okay, this is very relatable, if you couldn't tell.
And who eats this much food? The truth is, nobody does. The US and Canada have the highest level of food waste in the world. Almost 1/4 of all food purchased by consumers goes to waste, and the bulk shopping culture definitely plays a part in that.
I just threw away moldy strawberries today because you go to the grocery store and you just get so much because you don't know when you're going to be back to the grocery store. You don't want to come back to the grocery store. And so you get all these different fruits and all these different vegetables and all these bread and whatever you need. And it's usually too much. You don't know how much you're going to actually use because we haven't planned ahead that far. We don't have the next 3 weeks of meals planned. We just want food in our house for 3 weeks so we don't have to go to the grocery store for another 3 weeks. That rings true to me, unfortunately.
You're much less likely to eat fresh food if you're buying it in bulk for the week rather than if you stop on your way home from work. Of course, when everyone is forced to travel everywhere by car, nothing is a quick trip anymore, especially in rush hour. There have been several times where our family has lived without a car in various cities around the world. When you tell this to someone in North America, often
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that this scene was sped up. I thought that he was going to run into that van. Did anybody else get startled? Or was that just me? Sorry, I'm going to go back a little bit because I've already lost what he was talking about because that scared me so much. Oh my gosh. But yeah, never go grocery shopping in the middle of rush hour. That's a big no-no. Even though HailHeidi will drop by the grocery store on its way home from work, which is a big sacrifice. It's really, really nice.
nothing is a quick trip anymore, especially in rush hour. There have been several times where our family has lived without a car in various cities around the world. When you tell this to someone in North America, often the first question they ask will be, "But how do you buy groceries?" I like buying groceries in small quantities. It allows us to eat whatever we're in the mood for that day.
Yeah.
And with 2 boys who eat a lot, it's good that unexpected grocery trips are quick. Small grocery trips make it easier for our family to eat healthy, fresh food, and we're less likely to have food that goes to waste.
Yes.
It's nice to live in Amsterdam where quick grocery trips are not just possible, they're actively encouraged.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody ever asks us, "But how do you buy groceries?"
That was a really interesting way to end that. But yeah, very to the point video. Not much more to be said about that because it's, I don't know, do people have the opinion that driving to the grocery store and having it the way it's set up here is the best way to go? Do people enjoy that? I could see people arguing that because things are more in bulk, things are cheaper. You know, the smaller portions are going to be more expensive, like per pound or per ounce. I'd be curious to know what the actual numbers are, because I mean, to be fair, I think that grocery prices here in the United States have skyrocketed, especially recently. So I don't know if that's the problem. But I also have not compared prices. I haven't done any of that. So if anybody has any insight into that, let me know. We, thank goodness, have a grocery store in a route where we don't have to go on any major highways or really huge streets. So that is very helpful when it comes to going to the store in rush hour traffic versus not rush hour traffic, it doesn't make a catastrophic difference, but it definitely is more annoying to go during rush hour. You could definitely feel the difference, but it's not so detrimental, I think, where we are. Here, the thing that you have to worry about in Utah, USA, is going to the store on a Saturday evening, because a lot of people are Mormon here and people try not to go to the store on Sundays. And so going to the store on Saturday evening, everybody's there because, of course, we all procrastinate going to the grocery store until the last minute. And that can be an absolute nightmare, especially going to Costco. Yes, we do have a Costco membership. We get wipes and diapers there and like tissues, toilet paper, stuff like that. And yeah, we avoid going to Costco as much as we can, only when we really need to. And we always, of course, accidentally go on a Saturday evening. I don't know why we do that. Anyway, I'd love to know what your guys' experience is, whether you're inside or outside of the United States. What's your grocery style where you live? And if you've experienced both or multiple cultures in that way, I'd love to hear your experience too. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Not Just Bikes, for letting me react to your video. Let me know what else I should be reacting to on this channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.